Hi everyone and welcome to Module 7. So we're talking about behaviorism and learning. As I mentioned a few different times, this is one of my favorite chapters, so I hope you enjoy it. So what I would recommend doing, because we have a full slate of assignments, is starting with your Revel reading and Revel quiz early in the week, and then also start engaging with the discussion board early as well. I listed a few different questions. Don't feel like you have to answer all of them. I basically just want you to talk about how operant conditioning is displayed in your everyday life. So what in your everyday life involves operant conditioning principles, or what examples do you see? Maybe talking about how you've used operant conditioning to get rid of a bad habit or start a new good habit. So just thinking about how reinforcement and punishment impact your life, basically. Okay, so that's the discussion board for this week. Midweek, I would recommend looking at the PowerPoint slides and viewing the videos. There's 3 parts for the video, and then also doing the class assignment. So just like normal, open it as a Word doc, save it on your computer, and add your answers. So the first half focuses on classical conditioning, and then the bottom half of the assignment focuses on operant conditioning. So what I'm asking you to do is, for these 2 scenarios, identify the unconditioned stimulus, unconditioned response, conditioned stimulus, and conditioned response in both scenarios, okay? And then don't forget this part. Also see if you can identify any other principles we talked about. So something like, let's say, extinction, spontaneous recovery, discrimination, or generalization, just as some examples, okay? So the bottom half, what I'm asking you to do is read each of the 10 scenarios and identify if it's positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, or punishment. For the punishment answers, do not feel like you have to distinguish between positive and negative, because as I point out in the PowerPoint video, the distinction between positive and negative punishment is often very confusing. So for example, let's look at this one: suspending a basketball player for committing a foul. So that's clearly punishment, right? So we don't want the basketball player to foul anyone ever again. So we're trying to decrease the likelihood of that behavior. And so that's punishment. But the question is a suspension positive or negative? So you're giving the basketball player a suspension, but a suspension is taking away her ability to play. So that's what I mean, that punishment, positive versus negative, is often very blurred. And so all I'm asking you to do is tell me whether it's punishment. Don't feel like you have to distinguish between negative and positive. And the same thing goes for your timed quiz. I might ask you to distinguish positive and negative reinforcement, but I'm not going to ask you to distinguish positive and negative punishment, just if it's punishment. Let me know if you have questions about that. All right, so then towards the end of the week, make sure you're engaging with the discussion board again, and then also doing your timed quiz. So that's everything for Module 7, and Module 7 is due October 11th at 8 p.m. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you're doing well.